Some people don't just feel different, they feel like they don't belong anywhere. Not in an obvious way, not in a way they can easily explain, but in a quiet and constant sense that they don't fully belong in the same rhythm as everyone else around them. It feels like they are present in the moment but never completely immersed in it. If you have ever felt like that, there's a deeper reason behind it than most people realize. Because feeling different is not always about lacking social skills or confidence. Sometimes it is the result of thinking in a way that naturally separates you from surface-level experiences. Your mind does not simply accept what is happening. It analyzes it. It observes patterns. It picks up on small details, tone shifts, inconsistencies, and hidden meanings that most people overlook. While others are enjoying a conversation, your mind is breaking it down. It is trying to understand what is being said and what is not being said. While others move on quickly, your thoughts stay longer. They replay moments. They question intentions. They search for clarity. And over time, this creates a kind of distance. Not physical distance. Mental distance. You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely separate because your experience of reality is not operating on the same level. Most social interactions are built on simple and predictable patterns: small talk, familiar opinions, repeated reactions. These patterns make connection easy and effortless for most people. But when your mind naturally goes deeper, those same interactions begin to feel empty, repetitive, unfulfilling. You do not dislike people. You simply struggle to connect with conversations that never move beyond the surface. And that is often where the feeling of being different begins, not as a sudden realization, but as a gradual awareness that something is slightly out of alignment. Another major factor behind this experience is self-awareness, because some individuals do not just observe the world, they observe themselves with the same intensity. They analyze their own thoughts, their reactions, their emotions. They replay conversations. They question what they said, what others meant, and how things could have been different. This constant reflection creates growth and understanding, but it also adds layers of complexity. Because the more aware you become of yourself, the more you start to notice the differences between you and the people around you. Things that once felt normal begin to feel misaligned. Conversations that once felt engaging start to feel repetitive. Relationships that once felt natural may begin to feel forced. And slowly, without any dramatic decision, you start to pull back. Not because you want to isolate yourself, but because your mind is searching for something deeper, something more real, more meaningful, more authentic. There is also another psychological layer involved: pattern recognition. Some minds are naturally wired to see through behavior. They notice when someone is being genuine and when they are performing. They detect subtle manipulation. They recognize when conversations are driven by ego rather than curiosity. And once your mind starts recognizing these patterns, it becomes almost impossible to ignore them. And this changes how you interact with people. You become more selective, more careful, more distant, not out of arrogance, but out of awareness, because shallow interaction no longer feels satisfying. At the same time, personal growth plays a powerful role in this experience. Some individuals are constantly evolving. Their perspectives shift, their beliefs change, their priorities move in new directions. And when your internal world changes, your external environment often starts to feel different as well. People you once related to may no longer feel aligned. Spaces that once felt comfortable may begin to feel restrictive. And during this transition, the feeling of being different often becomes stronger. But what many people misunderstand is that this feeling is not necessarily a weakness. In many cases, it is a sign of depth, a sign that your mind is not operating on autopilot, that you are not just reacting to the world, but actively processing it, questioning it, understanding it. And while this can feel isolating at times, it also creates something rare: clarity. Because when you step outside the noise of constant surface interaction, you begin to see things more clearly. And eventually something shifts. You stop trying to fit into every environment. You stop forcing connections that do not feel genuine. And instead, you begin to seek out the few people who truly understand you. People who think deeply, people who question things, people who value authenticity over performance. And when those kinds of connections appear, the feeling of being different begins to transform. It does not disappear, but it changes. From confusion to understanding, from isolation to selectivity, from feeling disconnected to clarity. So if you have ever felt like you do not fully belong in most spaces, it may not be because something is wrong with you. It may simply mean that your mind is searching for something deeper than what most environments offer. And when you finally find that depth, The feeling of being different no longer feels like a problem. It starts to feel like clarity.